$300 million, Madam Speaker, would have been the single largest deficit incurred in a financial year in this country. Madam Speaker, moving along, I would like to take the opportunity now to look at how the UPP government has been spending the people's money, how they have been wasting the people's money, Madam Speaker, how they have been sponging away the people's money. So when I refer to them as sponges, Madam Speaker, there's no coincidence in that term. What I have here, Madam Speaker, are a number of non-value-added expenses. In fact, we call them soft expenses, Madam Speaker. They're not priority spending areas. Certainly they weren't priority under the Antigua Labour Party government. The bars that are yellow, white and blue represent the UPP years, and the little red one would be the Labour Party. Those little small bars, Madam Speaker, the Labour Party years in 2004, 2003, 2004. And what we'd have seen here, Madam Speaker, is that, and by the way, let me explain what these soft expenditures are. Travel, miscellaneous expenses, advertising, consultancies and subscriptions, food and beverage, vehicular supplies, and investigative services. Soft expenses. Now, Madam Speaker, in 2003, 2004, last year of the Antigua Labour Party, we spent a total of $9 million in these soft expenses. And you know how much the UPP, Madam Speaker, has spent on an annual basis in these soft expenditures? In the region of $55 million per year. And let me break it down, Madam Speaker. When we look at travel, under the Antigua Labour Party in 2003, we spent $1.9 million in travel. Under the UPP, Madam Speaker, in 2005, 2006, this financial year or fiscal year, they would have spent $5.6 million. Madam Speaker, we're talking about a factor of at least 3 times the expenditure of the Antigua Labour Party government on travel. So they go all around the place. They go to Brussels. They go to Switzerland. They go to Chile, Madam Speaker. And they come back here with their empty hands. I remember some time ago, we were trying to get the former Prime Minister to go to Japan. In fact, he has never been to Japan, Madam Speaker. And he said to us, look, unless I bring him back something, I ain't going. But, Madam Speaker, they're obviously using travel, Madam Speaker, using the public's money to tour the entire world. Madam Speaker, when you look at miscellaneous expenses on the Labour Party, $800,000 for the UPP, projected for 2007, $8.4 million. Advertising, Madam Speaker, on the Antigua Labour Party, about $300,000. On the UPP, Madam Speaker, and by the way, I'm coming to that issue, $14 million, Madam Speaker, for the present financial year. And I want to say here that between 2005, Madam Speaker, or 2004, 2005, there were not any increases in stay-over arrivals. And when the member for City East speaks, he can confirm that. And by the way, Madam Speaker, there has been a decline this year in the amount of cruise tourists who have come to the country. So if they're trying to argue that they have moved the expenditure from a few $100,000 to $14 million to bring more tourists to this country, Madam Speaker, they ain't coming. Or if they are coming, Madam Speaker, the benefits derived from the additional individuals who came to the country certainly would have been less than the $14 million expended. Moving on, Madam Speaker, to consultancies and subscriptions on the Labour Party. This was less than $3 million. For 2007, consultancies and subscriptions are projected to be in the region of $18 million. Can you imagine? We're talking about a factor, Madam, there, of approximately 6 times. Seems as though the UPP spending money as